Chris, thanks. Nice rage, damn you. Don't fall over, Tristan. Yeah. Alright. Helmet. Valerie is encumbered. Composite longbow. Something savage bow. Cloak of Winter Veil. What's this savage bow? Studded leather. Take you. Boots of something. Boots of the elven kind. Leather breast of archery. Alright. Great club. Belt of mighty constitution. A toy knight. A simple wooden toy. One of those that you often see in the hands of peasant children. It's polished to a sheen due to frequent use. Wow. Simple wooden toy. Yeah, okay. Soft cheese is nice. Masterwork hand axe. Look at that. Oh, might actually. Oh, two of them. No wonder Cressel's dead. You know, it happens, I guess. Ring of protection +1. Oh, chain shirt +1. Man, this is some good loots. Who is Cressel? Svetlana's stepsister? Half-sister? Half-sister, I think. She was the bandit that came to collect the taxes from Svetlana and Oleg. Oh, we got a bunch of stuff. Alright, let's check out the new loots. That was cool. Yeah, so having some melee weapons isn't awful. So first of all, let's see what we got for... Can Amiri use anything? So Amiri's using chain shirt +1 at the moment, which I think we could probably put Jeff into chain shirt +1. And... Oh, Lindsay's got a chain shirt +1 as well. We don't put Octavia and stuff because she'll get a penalty to... arcane penalty. And Tristan as well. But Jeff... that's only a gold per pound. So you get rid of that and let's... There you go. Oh, look at that. No, because it's a +1, it's chain shirt +1. Chain shirt's kind of broken. I mean, it's got the weight compared, but it's a light armor. So +1 with a 5 AC. The studded leather's only 6. And we lose... no, the studded leather's only 5. We need a leather +1. And this one's actually, that one might actually be better for someone else. Oh, that one might be better for selling. I have checked. That's how I know. Because we've checked it. Oh, the clerics have it? Yeah, but don't they suffer? Don't they get the... What's the arcane spells? Do they have any arcane spells? It's just chain shirt that sort of breaks everything. Yeah, so I could put a chain shirt on him. Which isn't a bad idea, because I don't... Definitely... He can't use armor at all. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so we'll leave the +1 chain shirts on these 3 guys. If we get a +1 studded or scale mail, that'll be a +6. That'll be 6 AC. So that'll go on her. That's just going to get sold then. The +2 studded allows the wearer to cast Barkskin spell once per day as a 3rd level druid. Yeah, okay, so the use makes that better. That's pretty boss use. Mighty Constitution. We put that on Valerie, right? And possibly even put it on Amiri. Helmet focuses wearer's attention on the weak points of enemies, giving a +1 insight bonus to attack rolls to flat-footed and flanked. Jeff? Savage bow. That's way better. Oh, Jeffrey. Jeffrey. We just give him a masterwork hand axe for this one. Huh. What's worth having? I mean, he very rarely changes, but just in case he does change. What do I want here? Do I want the extra 5% chance to crit? Or do we want the slightly higher damage? Probably just take the slightly higher damage, yeah? Do we do the same with her? Why did you end up with a heavy shield and Jeff didn't? Because I definitely don't want her to die? I don't know. Ring of Protection +1. That's a deflection. So she gets... Does she have a deflection already? They get a deflection from mage armor, don't they? So am I better... Is it better just to give her the ring and not cast mage armor? Or put the ring on someone else who's never going to have mage armor, like one of the guys at the back? Because the deflection bonus will help them against ranged attacks as well, doesn't it? Or does it allow us to swap out not mage armor, Shield of Faith, sorry. Shield of Faith's deflection, yeah. Oh, Shield of Faith might be 2+, you're right. Hang on, let me check that. Yeah, Shield of Faith is 2+. So if that's the case, we put the ring on... I mean, if I really want to micro it, we put the ring on them anyway. Or we swap the ring in combat. Bit cheeky. Oh, that's going for Jeffrey. +1 resistance bonus on all saving throws and cold. And cold. That's a +1 to resistance. Guess you can have a +1 to resistance as well. Wait, what? Oh, and cold resistance 10. Should I swap that with Valerie then? You're on floor 434 and endless and it really doesn't end. Send help. What do you play? What deck do you have? I can't remember what floor I made it to. I made it to some ridiculous level floor with a searing blow and an unceasing top. That's pretty much all I needed, but I had everything else. Great Club +2. That's +2 to hit, isn't it? As well as... Wow, that's... I mean, the damage difference is so much smaller. What's that? Oh, 10d6. 1d10 +6, yeah. But +9 to hit, +2 to hit. Oh, -2 because it's a ginormous sword. But she's got weapon focus. Why do I weapon focus in it if it's so bad? 10d6. No, it's not 10d6. 1d10 plus d10 plus 6. Yeah. Actually, that's way better. Although it sells for 2,000 gold. So that's always an option. A bastard sword's a great sword, is it? I thought it was a bastard sword. Yeah, so this one's actually, it's got a penalty of, that's why she sometimes doesn't hit. Yeah, oh, proficient, hang on. I think that's why people say get rid of this sword off her as soon as you can, but I've got a feat that I've put into weapon proficiency. Oh, weapon focus, sorry. I don't understand why it's a -2 for ginormous sword, but a +1 for ginormous sword. Oh, that's probably in... Is that exotic or... I can drop it for another. Yeah, feels bad though when you put a feat into something so that you can hit better, and then you just take a different weapon. It's like, oh, if I'd known, I could have taken the feat in that, and we'd hit even better in that one. Hang on. Ah, so the second other +1 is from enchanted. Other plus. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, so if I'd put weapon focus into... If I hadn't taken weapon focus in that, I'd have either have a different feat. Or, if I'd known, Hindsight penalty. In hindsight, yours is useless. Well, mine's only level. We're only at level 4, so maybe we'll be useless when we get to level 6 as well. Because an extra 2 to hit's pretty big. +1 will last all the way to there. Yeah, I'm just looking at the difference because, like, the Great Club, it's it's effectively, you know, that's if we're considering that +1, this is effectively +3 then, because it doesn't have the penalty. There are a ton of name great. Yeah, well, I'm not going to go like, I'm not going to. Well, I'm only looking at this one for now because it's less damage. And it's got a smaller critical range. But it hits more often. Probably not. But that stacks on as well too, right? Yeah, so that's like, even with rage, having a weapon that does an extra 2 is still an extra 2 because the rage works on both weapons. Skeletons. Is that why they're reduced? Is that? Oh no, they just take reduction, don't they? Huh, I've got the ring on her always anyway. I probably shouldn't have it on them. I did Moogle. Very cute. She looks very happy. Yes, that makes sense. Slashing, piercing. Let's do that. Let's do that. You mentioned how she started smiling. They know. They know. So I think the plan was have the rings on the melee anyway, so that if we don't have mage armor, they're getting at least 1 deflection. But it means I could be putting it on the range, but the range shouldn't be taking damage. I saw that. It's pretty cool, man. And even though we get a little bit extra damage out of Jeff, I don't think I want to do it with like a 2k rapier. We'll just sell it. That's getting sold as well. I think that's fine. I think we're good here. Everybody's happy? 'Cause I'm happy. That's safe. Before I walk somewhere and trip over and die. What a fight. I'll be bragging about this at every tavern I visit. It's a pretty good fight, dudes. Ready to go get one shot by some pleb?
Share your troubles.
Don't hesitate.
Anything is possible.
To victory!
Alright, well. Oh, why did I said the wrong one?
This won't kill me.
Hey, Panz. Is that thing you want to do about not dying?
We will
About not dying?
always survive.
Let's try not dying. There is 6 bandits down
Shall we
there, though.
move? We shall move.
How many more do we have? Oh, doggo.
Oh, shadows, embrace me.
Probably the same reason why I don't like FTL with pause. But
Time becomes distance.
I don't mind. I use it to sort of make it closer to turn-based-ish in games like this, but sometimes I just let it run.
Share your troubles.
You much prefer turn-based combat. What you can do is, if you like the turn-based only, you can set the pause options for very specific things that, and if you don't pause outside of that, you pretty much get turn-based. The problem with turn-based in free movement, well, that's the problem. The free movement is the problem for turn-based combat because you can move in half a second, a little bit, or you know what I mean. Whereas if you have like a grid base or like a JRPG system where they're set up opposite sides of a pitched battle against each other, that's more appropriate for turn-based. Oh yeah, a bit of dipping might be okay.
Here I am.
Thank you.
See.
No, I don't want you to walk there though.
I crave for adventure.
Well, that would have been bad. Oh, don't.
Step, step, step.
So we can get Lindsay
Anything
to
is possible.
sing it up, and then if we put something like that down.
Let us strike as one.
Oh, okay.
I can't keep this up much longer.
You'll be fine. Probably not.
Avenge me.
Are they all archers? Well, they all seem to be doing archery things. Except for you. Yeah, you're all dead.
I'll survive. I always
I think
survive.
this one might be beyond non-buff. And, so I guess we just have to work out whether we want to take it or not. With buffs. There's like 6 guys there. It's a lot of experience. We should take it. Let's talk to Cressel for this dude first. Look around. This fortress belongs to you now. Really? You don't
Time
say.
becomes distance.
All I need is a merchant here, and then I can sell all this stuff.
This requires your attention.
Oh yeah.
as you asked.
Let's loot the place. We have a book. Legend of the Pathfinder by Aaron Rovey. The door flung open. The three chaps sharing adventures stories fell silent. "Hail, friend," said the visitor in a deep voice. Oh. "Hail, friend," said the visitor in a deep voice. "Have you got a room for me, Mart?" I can't do it. The boar half-elf behind the counter peered into the visitor's face and whistled. "Blimey, if it isn't Grigus Jeffs." "Hail, friend, let me give you a room. Your gold is no good here." "No, I'll pay for it in full. That's what the society is for, helping and sharing." Grigus nods at the three chaps. "So there's my replacement. Have you held the confirmation yet?" "We've got one last trial to go," the youngest blurted out and popped up from his chair. "It's an honor. I've read all the chronicles, all about your adventures. I've heard you joined the Decemvirate?" Grigus uttered another. "Oh, did you? You should cut off your ears then, they deceive you." "Am I wearing a mask? You ain't? Good for you. A Pathfinder with no eyes is no good. I'm not interested in politics. I'm interested in seeking. So you're going to pour me a beer, and I'll tell you a couple of tales." "Ooh, beers sound alright. It's a little early, though." Oh, I've got more books. Secret overlords, the essence of the world order. Until recently, we knew this world as it was described in books and stories. A sewer torn apart by hyenas that separate us with nations and borders, oppress us with extortion and lies, and assert their authority and power. Well, they're a bunch of happy chaps. However, someone else's hand rules these slaves who act like masters. It's a threat far more intimidating than a handful of arrogant fools. Our lands are secretly ruled by most ancient creatures of Galarian, the inhabitants of the ever-dark depths, who know both past and future. People are led along paths they cannot see and do not have the power to leave to an end known only to our hidden masters. Some insist the signs are purely coincidental, but they point to a vast conspiracy. Only a fool can fail to see how the myriad coincidences weave into a great cobweb. Oh, they have submitted their very will and sworn their allegiance to our unseen masters in the depths. The Great Debates by Valera Ilio, publishing house of the Temple of Iomedae in Origent. Today, many know of the Salmgamin order and respect its teachings, even endorse them. Such not yet the case on that memorable day when an unheard of forest hermit came to a temple of Sarenrae and challenged the high priestess to a debate. This was Avalo, whom none had yet called teacher, a travelling wise man who left Jalmaray in search of wisdom and found it here in Andoran, while meditating in the Arthfell forest. The revelation he received was brilliant as it was controversial. According to his philosophies, truth lies not only in venerating the gods and the good of order, and it's curious that while recognizing Eristil, Abadar, Shaylin, Irori, Aemedae, and Sarenrae, he at the same time rejects the kinder gods of chaos such as Desna or Caden Kalim. Instead, pursues the so-called wise way, a common principle he said underlie all the teaching of his favourite deities. Avalo has defended this philosophy in debates with many theologians from various temples. Only a few of them were converted on the spot, but gradually a circle of loyal disciples formed around him. By turns, this circle grew into the order he calls Saramgamin, which means the way of a hero, or perhaps the way to making the world a better place. In this book I recount the story of these early debates, including detailed theological comments on the central points of each side. Let's see what... Caden Kalim, god of getting drunk and stumbling into being a god. Nice. Stumbling into being...
Here!
Open the chest. No one can open the chest?